another day, spending another dollar. Like the little mini bikes, they're both for sale. One's a little rascal. They list for over $700 from Go Power Sports. That's all brand new stuff. It's got hydraulic brakes put in it. It's got some custom parts made for it. I got a whole nother set of wheels and tires and 3 sprockets to go with it. It needs to be sanded down and painted. It's just surface rust from where it's been setting. It's never been painted. And then you got that beast in the back, which has got a transmission. And it's from the 60s, I believe. Powerhouse. That thing will pull a truck. But anyway, what's really going on today is the rear end. As you can see, I tore out all the brake parts. All of it. Got it all cleaned up, wire brushed everything down. Got a fresh coat of paint on it. Fresh coat of paint on it. And this is my GM truck 12-bolt rear end. It's getting 373 gears. It's getting a Posi-Track carrier put in it and all new everything. I'm actually looking into a kit to convert this to disc brakes instead of the drum. If it's too expensive, then I can wait till later. But I got a buddy who's supposed to be working on this thing. I just went by his house. He wasn't home, so it's hard to get him on the phone because he don't like answering his phone. And I don't understand all that. But either way, that's what we got going on so far. What I'm getting ready to do, because I noticed a lot of the videos when they put the drop spindles on these trucks, sometimes the bottom part of the lower control arm rubs against the inside of the wheel, as in it hits the wheel weights. And I found out that to be true. When I spun it around, you could see where it was going around. It was hitting the wheel weights. So what I'm going to do is pull it over here. Pull the truck over here. I'm going to put my jack underneath of it. Take the wheel off. I'm going to grind down the lower part of that lip, the outside lip of the lower control arm, so that this doesn't happen anymore. And I'm going to check to make sure everything looks good under there, which it should, because everything's brand new. And then I'm going to, I guess the only thing I need to do is relocate my shifter. I need to relocate a little bit back. I thought I had it in the right spot until I went to throw it up in park, and it almost hits my switch for my tanks. So I don't want that to happen. So for the meantime, I'm going to check all that out. I'm going to move it back about maybe 2 inches to where the back of the shifter just bumps the seat. Because the seat's back as far as it's going to go, and it needs to go back further, so but it won't go. But I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to drive it like that. It'll be just fine, because I don't need it to go forward. And just one thing after another. You can't build something without having to go back and fix some things or change some things or tighten up some things or adjust some things. You just can't do it. This truck is coming along, and it's a lot to do. Now, I bought an engine hoist the other day, still in the box. I'm not sure if I'm going to return it yet. I'm going to talk to my buddy Willie. He was talking about pulling the motor for me and doing all the work that needs to be done to it. And if we talk about that and it's agreeable, we'll go with that. But if it's not, then I think I'm going to pull the truck back here again. I'm going to yank the motor myself, put it on my engine stand, and I'll probably wind up going through the motor. Yep, I'll probably do a 30 over and change everything. Just replace everything. Even though the motor runs really good now, I think just heads and a mild cam that I've got going in it will just be fine. But I know how I get when I start getting into things. If I pull the motor, hey, we might as well tear it apart and send it to the machine shop and have all the work done to it. I might, or I'm thinking about just going ahead and buying me another 350 block. I really like to find a 400 and over the winter build that. And if I'm not happy with the way the 350 is running in the truck, then I'll take that new motor and stuff it in the truck. But I do have that other project out there I want to get started on too, so that'll probably be next anyway. Getting started on that scamp. Getting started on the scamp. Whew. Man, there ain't nothing easy about this kind of work. I'm 58 years old and I'm really trying to hang in there. Really trying to get a lot of this stuff done myself. This is the best thing about these old vehicles. I done looked into it. I can get a whole new brake kit with all the hardware and the I guess the adjuster and all that stuff, the new wheel cylinders, and new brake shoes for both sides for about 70 bucks all together. You can't beat that. And that's probably what I'm going to do here soon. I'm going to talk to Willie and see if he wants to do the brakes, put the brake stuff all in there at the same time, or I'll do it when I get it home. Because I know that when it's all said and done, I want to put another two coats or so paint on this rear end so it looks good. And I already painted the rear housing for it, the cover. I doubt I'm going to do anything like chrome or anything aluminum, anything like that. I'm just going to keep it all black. It'll all look stock, but it won't be. It'll be sleeper stock, where you think it's stock, but it's really not. And with the 373 gears, this thing ought to really roll. Whew. Yep. That's about where I'm at today. So, appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned to whatever I get done. Next process I do today, I'm going to also add to this video, since I've learned how to make videos a little bit better than I used to. And it'll be an update. Like I said, I'm getting ready to pull the truck in this driveway. I'm going to park it over there next to my riding lawnmower, and right there on the gravel, and grind down the lower control arms on the wheels. And then the only thing left to do after that is to adjust the shifter housing itself, the whole shifter back. And I'm also looking into hooking up the lights, the reverse lights, and the parking, what do they call that thing? What do they call it? The park reverse neutral switch, whatever it is. Whatever that switch is. So I can have all that hooked on the shifter too. I already got the wires ran. I just need to hook them up, and I found out where they are. Other than crawling up under the dash and try to tie this stuff in together, it shouldn't be that bad. It's hard getting up under a dash nowadays when you get this age. That's the way it is.